That the New York City Police Department has sent in undercover police officers to surveil Muslims in mosques, businesses, and universities have drawn criticism. In defense, New York Police Commissioner Ray Kelly says the surveillance has led to, quote, dangerous individuals. Liz Trotter, author, journalist, and Fox News contributor, joins us every Sunday at this time with her commentary. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning, Eric.
You know, the media has really been all over this.
Well, yes, they have. Now, this concerns, as you well know, a 60-page report that was done supposedly by the New York Police Department on the movements of Muslims, the restaurants they go to, the schools they go to, the houses they live in, the whole reign of living in the United States. And it was the Associated Press started last February doing a series of stories for which they've already won the George Polk Award, by the way, and may well win a Pulitzer. A whole series of stories talking about how inside the lives of the Muslim community is the New York City Police Department. Now, it's caused a big brouhaha about civil rights, and the New York Times has really kept away from it, except for this morning. And then also we have New York Post and the Daily News also supporting it. But let me read to you from this morning's New York Times, an editorial. It is a distressing fact of life that mistreatment of Muslims does not draw nearly the protest that it should. But not just Muslims are threatened by this seemingly excessive warrantless surveillance and record-keeping. Today, Muslims are the target. In the past, it was protesters against the Vietnam War, civil rights activists, socialists. Tomorrow it will be another vulnerable group whose lawful behavior is blended into criminal activity.
Right there.
I would correct that, by the way, of saying that all of the things they mentioned, war protesters, civil rights activists, socialists, that all of the things they mentioned, war protesters, civil rights activists, socialists, etc., were mired in violence when they were demonstrating. So this was not an innocent group of people, and therefore a bad comparison. So now you have the mayor, Mayor Bloomberg, and you have Police Commissioner Ray Kelly, who's been an outstanding police commissioner, alone on an island defending their right to investigate terrorists.
We know critics, of course, especially at the Columbia University, they call it a witch hunt, saying that it stigmatizes law-abiding Americans who, the vast majority of Muslims should not be surveilled.
Well, unfortunately, it was Muslims who knocked down 2 buildings in 2001. And unfortunately, we have 2 wars as a result of it.
Well, they would say they were the extremists, members of Al-Qaeda, not the general population.
Of course. But don't forget, I might also add that Muhammad Atta, who was the lead conspirator in the 9/11 operation, met with his conspirators in Newark. And even the van they rented in Jersey City. So it isn't as though that I know they want to say, oh, it's profiling, and they haven't used that word yet, but boy, are they dying to. The ACLU may have used it already, but I mean, it's really, really quite amazing when you see a gang up by the media on an effort to keep the city safe.
All right, Liz, fascinating, and we'll continue. Thanks so much. Good to see you as always.
Isn't that funny? If you listen to that news brief right there and listen to what the New York Times had to say about targeting law-abiding citizens, singling out law-abiding citizens, what does that sound like? Maybe the administration wanting to target and single out law-abiding gun owners? The New York Times, one of the biggest anti-gun news organizations on the planet, and they got the audacity to sit there and talk about someone targeting law-abiding citizens? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They'll take up for the Muslims in this country, the same people, like they just said, that knocked down 2 towers and killed 3,000 of our people. They'll defend them. But when it comes to law-abiding American citizens who own firearms, law-abiding, and they target, demonize us. I saw this news bit and it's like, man, the hypocrisy. We all know about the hypocrisy, but there it is, thrown straight in your face in their own words. Have a good day.